Stand by for contact.
The following program is for adults only. Parental guidance is suggested. In other words, we're gonna be fucking swearing and talking about fucked up shit. Get your goddamn kids away! Leave me alone! The cow says... The duck says... Cthulhu says... Hello, great Americans, Sean Rushmore here. You know, I had a fantastic weekend. My lord got exonerated, and I got to catch Motley Crue's dirt. I'm sure some of you libs are shocked, but while other bands were soft on Satan, Motley Crue shouted at the devil, not with the devil. Plus, their debauchery had me reminiscing about the RNC orgies we have. Oh, those are the days. Hey, Mitch, your turtle's poking out. My clock's ringing.
That's right, little bitch!
Henry pretends she was Hillary.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Hey everybody, it's Jim Cook, and I gotta tell you, I loved The Dirt. One of my favorite parts is when the guys were sitting around coming up with a band name. Funny thing is, it reminds me of a COC pitch meeting. Here's an exclusive COC Theater reenactment of the Motley Crue naming of the band scene. Playing the part of Nikki Sixx will be Phil Perry, and playing the part of Mick Mars will be Paul. Xmas, it has shock value! Yeah, I'm shocked how much it blows. And let's try that same scene again with Paul as Adam West. Xmas, it has shock value! Yeah, citizen, I'm shocked how much it blows. And now one more time with Paul as Richard Dreyfuss. Xmas has shock value! Yeah, I'm shocked how much it blows! Yeah, I'm getting fired.
Hey man, this is Keith Richards. When I'm not smoking my father's ashes or playing the same guitar riff for 50 years, I'm listening to the Cult of Contempt podcast. It's a real laugh, man, really.
Looking firmly with an inquiry. It's time to name the asshole of the week soon. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Cult of Contempt. Wednesdays at 8:15. Sexual chocolate. Yo, what's up?
We hope
what
you enjoy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Cult of Contempt. I'm Jim Cook.
And my nipples are hard.
Prick Reuben Philp and Sweet Jimmy Cock. That's still our names on the screen.
I'm sorry, I'm Jimmy Cock.
Jimmy Cock? Prick Reuben, yeah. What are you laughing at?
I don't know. It's funny.
That's how some people in the world talk, you know.
Do they now?
Yeah, they really do.
Quite. You want a spot of tea?
You know who talks like that?
Who talks like that?
The transporter.
The transporter.
Transporting. You remember that movie where that guy beats the shit out of all those people?
He finds the girl in the trunk.
Yeah, and then he slides on oil and he's like fighting people. That movie rules.
That movie does rule.
Oh, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
That was the movie that...
Oh, that's who you were doing. I thought you were doing Razzle from Dirt.
Oh.
You know, the guy who's getting head under the table. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Jason Statham must be the ugliest pug motherfucker that's getting laid like crazy. That guy.
He's got a massive physique.
He's got a thing.
He's a fucking an Adonis, and he carries himself.
I hope they bring him into the MCU as Wolverine.
I would be open to that.
That to me would be my ideal casting. I want the little angry Wolverine that they used to have. He was like a fucking little midget. Hey mate. I watched the Spider-Man cartoon where he's Australian.
Yeah,
it's my favorite.
For no
Want some
reason.
fruit.
Why did they do that? That was like the stupidest thing ever.
I don't know. They didn't
Disney
think
turned-
Canada was.
But then they cast an Australian as him in the fucking movie, so
Right.
it was good.
That's true.
You know, was the best thing about all.
You know
those
that
action movies.
when I was in high school, he came to our high school and shot a movie for Total Request Live. Like, the film video club, like, was like involved with it and shit.
So you got to meet him?
No, I wasn't allowed to.
Why?
Because, like, I hated the kid that was directing the movie. It's like he was just the most talentless kid. You know what he's directed since? Nothing. He works in the fucking Apple store, so fuck him. Like,
Letting out all our demons right here on Cult of Contempt. Anyway, go on.
no, this is the Cult of Contempt, and I have a lot of contempt lately. I've just been a very
What do you mean
exceptionally
lately?
fired up, like. Well, actually, I think I'm moving from anger to almost like an apathy to
Right.
the world around me.
So you're becoming middle-aged, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm
So you're saying the thrill of living has gone?
No, I didn't say that.
I don't know if the thrill of living has gone. I think my priorities have changed. I was evaluating my, it's like my recorded output that's like official, like stuff I'll take credit for, like the Cheap Vibes, the Undergrounds, like certain bands, stuff that I did.
Cheap Vibes are cool,
That
man.
I'll say, yes, I produced this. There's like probably 20 more records under my belt that somebody just recorded a bunch of shit and asked me to like mix it. And then
Make a
it's
little
like,
scratch too on the
well,
side.
yeah, I get paid, but I really don't like my name on a lot of it.
I
It's
see.
like I don't want people like.
There's a couple solutions to this. You could either come up with some sort of surname that doesn't really mean.
I have
you.
enough fucking fake names.
So you're saying you're only doing quality bands from now on?
I'm only doing shit, yeah, like my friends' bands,
Right.
like stuff that like I want to be awesome.
Right.
Like I don't care anymore about, I don't know, fucking somebody throwing me $20 to mix their fucking song that they recorded in their house. Like I don't care anymore. If they want to pay me to go to them with microphones and all this gear, I will do that.
Huh.
And I will make it fucking sound exactly how they want it to sound.
So you're still gonna do it. They're just not
But I'm gonna
invited
do
here.
it on just on bigger terms. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna mix stuff that I don't engineer.
So what's the criteria? Are you gonna like go and listen to the band first, or they have to approach
No, I have
you,
to like
or-
know the band and you know.
Yeah, Paul has his like own private client.
Yeah, like I
It's
kinda-
very exclusive.
No, it's like bands that like.
Wait,
that
did
you actually like and want to listen to over and over again, because that's basically what you're doing when you're mixing and mastering. You're just hearing the song over
Yeah.
and over again.
And
So
like,
if it's shit, you're not gonna want to hear it.
I
Like,
mean,
you're
not
I don't see you doing
disasters, but everybody else. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
just fucking with you.
no, seriously, it's like there's.
I'm such a prick.
You know, Phil.
I like the Atomic Disaster
I'm
songs.
just kidding. I liked it too, actually. It
My
was fun to rock out to.
no, my thing is like, I like good songs,
Right.
fun shit. Like, I don't know, like goth bands. Like I've had a couple like goth or like horror punk bands. Like,
Cool.
oh no, not really.
No, they weren't good.
No, I wanted to fucking hang myself. Like I just don't care about like. I just want aggressive, fun shit.
Okay.
That's what I think life needs more of. Is
Yes.
just fun, aggressive shit.
I mean, do you only do aggressive? I mean, do you ever have
No.
like a bluesy side? Or
Yeah, my friend Chris's band, the Undergrounds, were like fucking my favorite
I went to see
Okay, so you have a loose definition of aggressive, even if it's just
I don't mean
straight up rock,
aggressive.
it would still be.
I don't mean aggressive like hardcore.
Okay.
I mean aggressive like fucking. You feel that shit like.
Right.
My friend's band was like a blues rock band. They were a 2-piece, and he plays through like a fucking fuzz box. His tone is just this, you know, like
Nice.
this loud thing.
I like that.
The fucking drummer was like real meat and potatoes, but followed the songs real well. Like he was solid.
Cool.
And the dude sang like Zeppelin kind of shit, like Pink Floyd, like very psychedelic and like tripped out. And, like we did all this fun shit, like recording it. Like we were up in his attic with mics everywhere and fucking preamps and this and that and miking. There's one song that's like we need a harder vocal sound, but we didn't want to just like fake it. So I was like, you know what I heard the Stooges did was put the PA in like a closet and throw a mic in there with the PA, sing into the mic that's going into the PA, use the mic in the closet to capture the vocal sound in the computer. And so that's what we did, and it was like
That's some
fucking
trippy
we
shit,
did it,
man.
and then it was like we listened back to it. We were all just like fucking hitting bongs and like, this is fucking great. Like this is what it's about, is just like experimenting. Dude, we ripped apart a fucking organ with like a Leslie speaker in it.
Oh, nice.
And we're like, we could hook this up to, we could play guitar through it.
A
Like
Leslie speaker is a speaker that turns.
it rotates.
It's famously used in the Tomorrow Never Knows track by the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
There's this documentary series called Sound something, and they did this whole like half hour on that song.
Huh.
And what John Lennon wanted to do is sound like he was yelling from a mountain. So his first idea was to swing around the room on a rope attached and sing around the microphone. And then as Tom Petty told the story in this sound-breaking documentary, it was called Soundbreaking, he said, it really didn't work. But it wasn't like he was there, because he was like probably 5. But anyway,
Right.
so, but you know, he hung out with George Harrison, so I'm sure you heard the story. So anyway, so they found out that there was this speaker called a Leslie, which spins. So I guess for an organ, it's for like to hit the acoustics in a church. I guess.
No, it was in one of those little tiny organs. We had one that was like a real.
Why
like,
would it need a Leslie then?
to give it a tremolo, like a tremolo sound? It's like woo,
Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Interesting.
And so like we were like messing with that. There's one part where the song does like this stop, and then at the stop we mic'd up like 3 bongs, and we just went
Nice.
and like during this like breakdown, it's fucking awesome, like rock and roll. Like it just reminded me of like good like Americana like rock and roll.
Yeah.
And I loved the atmosphere. I love that they were a 2-piece. I thought about like and pitched to them maybe like joining the band on bass and just doing backing vocals, because my friend can handle like his shit. He's like a fucking machine. But we did it for like one show, and then the drummer just booked and went to Mexico
Oh,
and
shit.
like never came back.
Oh shit.
So
Damn.
It sounds to me what you're looking for is like bands that are authentic, that are trying to do something creative.
The real
that are
motherfucking deal.
Breaking grounds and doing different things and more creative.
yeah, I hate
things
bands
and-
that sound like any shit that's on the radio. Like,
Right.
I guess you could say, those guys sound like the White Stripes. Yeah, but that guy's a better drummer than Meg White.
Right.
And like his influences are like
Who
Mitch
sounds like
Mitchell.
the White Stripes?
My friend's band, the 2-piece that I was the Undergrounds.
Okay.
You could check them out. They're on Bandcamp. You
All right,
can find them. The Undergrounds, NJ probably is where you like Bandcamp, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard of some other stuff.
They're good.
Yep.
They're one of my. That's one of my like big regrets that we didn't do more with that. And Chris has some good stories too. He got like roped into the Emergenza Festival, and then like they won in New York and got to the second round, but he couldn't go up and get his like a trophy or whatever the fuck they gave him, because he got thrown out because he brought a 6-pack of what's that really super cheap beer? Pabst,
Oh, yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Right.
They snuck in like a 6er PBR for when they were on stage. Like they didn't feel like paying like $15 for a beer. and the bouncer boy, he didn't like that, so they won, but they couldn't get their prize, and then it was like a big scam anyway. It's just you have to sell tickets and all this bullshit.
Wow, that's fucked up, man.
Everybody's got an angle.
Well, we could transition from that to Motley Crue.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I am so in the bag for this movie. Like, I watched it.
Did you
4
guys
times.
see The Dirt?
Yeah, that was it was pretty epic, and the thing about it is, I think at least in my generation, Motley Crue was one of those bands that kind of shuttled you into fucking adolescence, man. You know, I think Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, like those were the bands that got like some of us through a really rough time, you know. And the Crue.
It was more like the soundtrack to my humiliation for those bands. No, because the chicks, the teenage girls of that era were fucking vapid whore assholes. So you have to ask yourself, are the millennials like that now? Or, yeah, is that a... I don't know, there was just some weird shit that went on back then.
Yeah.
But I miss the smell of Aquanet. It still kind of gives me a boner.
I thought, you know, because, you know...
Paul has some in the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I thought Allie did a really good job on our blog post about it, but
Thanks.
I also thought that, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can definitely dig into the minutia of whether the film was accurate or not. I think overall, overarching story was very good. The characterizations were very good. All the acting was good. You could really see each actor becoming each musician. I think they did that in the Queen movie as well. Probably better in the Queen movie. Still decently well done.
I want a story. I want them to become an urban legend. You know,
Yeah.
like, so stuff is going to get glossed over to make sense.
Yeah,
but
it was like
I just
definitely
think
for
about-
entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
overall, it was to be
I know
entertaining.
that
It
not
was-
be entertaining.
And it was well written. Like, I thought the dialogue between them was like hilarious.
Yeah,
It was
right.
fantastic. Like the thing I did in the open. Like, that just sounds like something you would pitch and say, "Oh my god, it's got shock value," and then you would be the one to say, "I'm shocked that it blows." I was like, "Oh my god, that's Paul and Phil," and somehow in this scenario you have to be really cool. You have to be Nikki Sixx in this scenario.
That's awesome.
I'd be with Foreskins. I'd be Tommy Lee. All right, I'm out. You know.
Yeah,
But,
Nikki
like-
Sixx is really the backbone of that band, man.
I knew when I never knew Mick Mars named the band or anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that
But
either.
I knew, like, in the movie, the way his character was written and like how he was like the old guy that was like he had that good idea for.
I
a
wonder
band
how
name.
old he was when he joined Motley Crue. Was he in his 30s?
I think so.
It wasn't that old, but they just called me old man.
That movie made me think of my place too in rock and roll. It's like, maybe I should try out for this like hardcore band. These like kids asked me to. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like sing with like these like 21, 22-year-old kids? Like I feel like a fucking scoutmaster.
You're like the heavy metal scoutmaster.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if, like, I'm facing that situation. Like, I have some irons in the fire, but, like, I'm keeping my chops up at the Aces. We just booked another gig in August.
Cool.
So I want to keep my chops up, and my wife is doing a recording project, a tribute to the Fratellis.
Oh, nice.
And she's recording right now. So she's not listening, but
That's awesome.
I'm singing one song on that. So I definitely got to keep my chops up. But I thought about this today, like, I would have to find the right sitch. I'm too goddamn old to be paying for rehearsal space, and I'm too goddamn old to be driving any longer than 20 minutes. That's my max. And I'm not, you know, I have a fucking basement. I'm not fucking going to pay in a fucking studio. Come to my fucking basement. I don't know. So, but then, like, faced with this idea of, like, I don't think kids would get me. I think they just look at me and
I think they would think you're hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't
Because
think
if
kids would get me.
you're in a real fucking deal, but you're just old and tired, and you wear that on your sleeve, people respect that.
David Johansen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
David
He's like,
Johansen is a perfect.
I don't give a fuck. We tune the songs down 5 steps.
Ali will correct me later, but when I saw him he was playing this dive bar in fucking Byram called Soul. Good microbrew place, brew. It good food. And he was just doing an acoustic set, and he did a couple songs off a solo album, but mostly Doll songs, which a lot of them which were covers anyway. But we got to meet him, and
Cool.
he drove around like an Acura with a dent in it. Like, he's just like a dude. But yeah, I still respect the fuck
Here's
out
my
of that
thing.
guy.
I feel like if you're a good entertainer, it doesn't matter what fucking age you are. Because if you go to a Rolling Stones concert, you see people who are 16, and you see people who are fucking 60. And they're all there to see the Stones, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some things are cross-generational. And I think that... You got
Some
fucking
things
kids.
are, but some things aren't. And
I've
some
seen
things
18-year-old
are...
kids wearing fucking Misfits shirts, man. You know, it's culture's out there, bro. I mean...
Yeah, but I see a lot of people wearing Misfit shirts, and they don't know who the fuck the Misfits are. So
That's
fuck
true,
them.
too.
Yeah, I think they were in Kohl's or Hot Topic or...
Oh, yeah.
I think they made it into Kohl's.
The corporate takeover.
Walmart, dude,
fucking
they're
rock.
everywhere.
Yeah, like that's pretty astute marketing on Jerry's part.
It's like the lips from the Rolling Stones. It's like the fucking Kiss logo. You know, like it's become that thing.
But
like,
they don't even own that font. Whoever owns that font is probably a billionaire.
Yeah.
no,
It's some old horror movie. It's probably public domain by now, but because that's before Disney changed.
you know
it to public
something.
domain.
There's so much shit in like Misfits lore that's just like stolen, but it's stolen so well that nobody realized it until like way later when none of it mattered. You know, it's like
What are you talking about? Like, give us an example.
Well, a lot of their artwork is based on movie posters.
is movie
Oh, yeah.
posters just all
a lot of their
chopped up.
songs and their lyrics are based on movie names.
Oh no, that's okay, but their
All of it is based
posters
on
like,
horror.
but they cut everything up so much that it's like you couldn't tell what it was. Like nobody knew enough about it that was connected to any of those movies to look at that and be like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, like they got away with a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they were pretty good about it. But even the Danzig skull comes off of a comic book cover.
Oh, it's the Scarlet Ghost, man, right? The Misfit skull.
No, the Danzig,
Danzig skull.
Oh, the Danzig
not the
skull.
Crimson Ghost.
It's not. It's kind of like I don't know.
No, here, wait.
Is it a cow? It's more like a demon.
You're talking
It's on
about the
the
band
fir-
Danzig?
Yeah, the first. It's the cover of the first Danzig
Oh,
record.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the skull with the horns.
Yeah. And it's also like right here.
But we were talking about this like a few episodes back that like art imitates art and imitates art. And,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
a
true.
good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is this really an imitation? I believe the comic is Crystar from Marvel Comics. It's like fucking. That's just the Danzig skull right there. Like
Oh,
he just,
wow. He just lifted that.
just straight up lifted it, like filled it in a little bit. Like,
Take a riff, take a line, out of sight, out of mind.
you know, I mean, a lot of shit is like that in rock and roll, but it's.
Well, Ozzy once said in a fucking bathrobe with his cock hanging out making eggs, "We're all fucking thieves." Did you ever see, what was it, the History of the... Yeah, it's kind of civilization.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Part 2?
I think it was part 2, yeah. It was when Ozzy had his bouffant short haircut thing, Ultimate Sin.
I remember hearing about Ozzy Osbourne when I was like a little kid. Like I always heard like Black Sabbath and stuff. My
Sure.
dad played it, but I never. Everybody would always talk about like, oh yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, like he's so fucking cool. And I remember seeing him on TV one time. I'm like, this is fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Like he seems like the dumbest fucking guy in the world. Like why does anybody think he's cool?
Right.
Like I just didn't get it. Like as a kid, I'm like there was this guy Ozzy that would come to our school, not Ozzy Osbourne, but that was the joke. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne's coming to school, and he was a guy that would come talk about the fucking environment. He was like an 80-year-old guy. He's probably dead now.
Right.
But like I remember after that, like the build up to Ozzy Osbourne, I expected like fucking King Diamond, you know?
Right.
For as cool as everybody said he was, it's like. Like I was very disappointed. It was like when I saw Kiss and I'm like, this is gonna be the fucking heaviest metal band ever. And then it's like, I was made for loving you, but, you know, like, ugh.
And that's the book on Motley Crue, to bring it full circle.
Yeah.
Like, Rolling Stones album guide always said that their image was tougher than their actual music was. And, you know, the Rushmore band, I pointed out, Shout at the Devil. Like, when you're in metal, aren't you supposed to be in allegiance with the devil? So wasn't Motley Crue like laying from the get-go?
Man. Shout at the devil is like you're even more badass than the devil. Like you can fucking shout at the devil. Like fuck you, man.
Okay.
That's the way I was saying it. That's so great, man. That's like a song from my fucking childhood, man. When I hear that, I get all fired up even today.
It's great.
It is kind of great.
I get all fired up when you hear
Yeah, I do.
Their best song is the first song on their first record. Like, they peaked out the gate.
Yeah.
They really fucking
They
peaked.
did.
I mean, Livewire, and that little lick thing that Nick Marsh does, that you know, I guess it's down here. I don't know. You know, where the ping. Oh, it's so fucking cool.
So
man.
great.
I mean, like,
And like, they were
it's
saying,
just like, I'm sorry, you go.
they were saying like, don't leave your girlfriend alone with Motley Crue. I was like, duh, are you fucking out of your mind? Like, what are they thinking?
You know, I'm
just
glad that I was in a band, like, I was in the most butt-ugly band there ever was, because nobody's banging anybody's wife.
There's just coke everywhere. That was another thing.
Yeah, that was the best part of the disasters. Coke everywhere.
Yeah, there was coke everywhere. Coca-Cola.
And it's probably Shasta.
No.
You cheap son of a bitch.
I don't cheap soda. I don't know, it tastes better.
Don't shit on Shasta.
Why not?
Shasta McNasty was one of the best shows ever made. It got canceled after one season.
Point.
They went midget bowling. It was allowed in the 90s. Maybe that was 2000.
You ever see midget tossing in Australia?
No.
Yeah,
I've never been to Australia to see midget tossing.
There's a sport called midget tossing in Australia. Apparently, midgets make a lot of money, but they have like a big Velcro thing, and the midgets wear Velcro, and the farther you can.
That sounds like they should have
Wolf
done
of
that
Wall
in
Street
Crocodile
did that.
Dundee, but he should have just done that in the city.
He just stumbles onto
Like
a
on
door.
5th Ave, like he finds one, like, oh, you know what we do? Where I come from, and just tosses them fucking
Your crocodile
down the subway. Yeah. Come here, you little monster. Just give me a little toss.
Just giving midgets the bum rush every 5 minutes.
No. Let's not shit on midgets.
Okay, you mean little people.
I think we have, I think we have some little freak listeners.
You're a heightist. It's
White
little
supremacist?
people. White supremacist.
Yeah, that's what.
Honestly, I think our listeners are some of the most well-adjusted human beings I've ever met.
They're midgets.
Oh, we have midgets in the...
No.
Oh.
We don't know any fucking midgets.
I wish I knew a midget.
I was gonna hire one for my...
I thought that the Motley Crue movie kind of had a little bit of the Lifetime vibe to it. Like, I watch a lot of Lifetime movies now, like the Michael
definitely
Jackson
wasn't-
biopic or like the Corey Feldman one. Like, it was but it was better written, and it like looked better. But like it was like the ultimate. I think the ultimate other version of that. Like, there's the Motley Crue movie. There was the Def Leppard movie where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
I
bad.
lost me leg, man, or whatever the hell that was. I lost me arm. I don't even fucking. I hate Def Leppard.
The second and third record are good.
But you know what? I don't know. That movie was kind of inspiring, man. I mean, you see the fucking car go over the cliff. You see him like walking back and forth. You know his arm's missing, and then he's in the fucking bed with, in the hospital. He puts all the dishes together. He's trying to learn how to do it with one arm, and he's fucking dropping.
How did he lose that?
He in the car crash.
accident, yeah.
But I think he was drunk.
Yeah, exactly. So fuck him.
Yeah, there wasn't so much remorse in the Motley Crue.
That's what I noticed too. It's like, yeah, oh well,
I'll do heroin.
All right. We have a lot of windows open, and I don't know what to say. Okay, first off, the Motley Crue movie definitely had a lower budget than, like, let's say, Bohemian Rhapsody or The Doors. But you're right. I think they did a lot with a little.
Yeah.
They got some pretty good actors.
Yeah, they did.
And you were right. I think it touched on everything, and even the stuff we missed out on. And Allie wrote a blog. Go check out her blog. It's if you're friends with her, she posts on Facebook. I shared it, and it's just 5 things that were missing that we wanted to see. Is basically it. Because I wanted to see fucking Vince Neil challenging Axl Rose to a fight. They could have stuck that in there.
yeah, they could have stuck like a Pamela Anderson. Like, I was like, oh, I wonder who they're gonna cast. Like, I figured that would be some stunt casting. It would be like one shot of like a red
Rock
carpet.
was missing. Who was the one that was cracking the whip on Vince Neil to do the tracks over and over again? But you know what? The funny thing is one of the lessons learned is tour sober equals no fun. Was one of the themes of the movie. But like now you hear like Def Leppard, they used to get drunk all the time and blah blah blah, and then Steve Clark dies, drinks himself to death. The other guy loses his arm because he's a drunk, and then now they have like a juice bar that tours with them. It's it's fucking weird.
That is weird.
That's I don't know. That's not really rock and roll. I don't know. Does any?
I don't know, like, I remember when I was taking guitar lessons in high school and I was listening to a lot of prog rock, and I told my guitar teacher I want to get flat strings. And he looked at me like I was insane. He was like, why on earth would you want to do that? And I was like, oh, you get that clean sound. He's like, noise is part of rock and roll, man. It's about rebellion and noise and fucking...
Yeah, but maybe you wanted to play classical music, like flat.
High-fingered fucking
What was that
guitar.
song, Classical Gas? Do-do-do-do. Lisa Simpson rips into it in an episode.
I think Spanish guitar is really beautiful. But I don't know.
I like it uses a flavoring.
Lisa Simpson's a whore with a stinky pussy.
Oh, god damn.
Nice.
He's mad. Look how angry he is. Should we poke him?
Yeah, so what's going on, man? Why are you so fucking cranky lately? You're extra cranky lately, I should say. Like, more than normal.
Give the guy a break, man.
Is it because of...
This is like the mother-father thing.
Is it because, like, you've got a Frankenstein ball sack, or they're just driving you crazy at work, or what?
No, I just don't feel good. I'm like burned out all the time.
That sucks.
And I just feel fucking retarded. That's the best way I could describe it. Like, I feel slow, and I don't sleep well at night. My joints all hurt. I got psoriasis. I got psoriatic arthritis. Like, I'm just fucking burned out. Like, I think about, like, every week just, like, shooting myself in the head. Like, why do I bother, like, waking up every morning? But it's like, I might as well just wait till I die naturally and just see how much fucking havoc I could wreak.
Good idea.
On the world, and just, like, break balls and...
Maybe try some CBD, man.
I do CBD.
Yeah,
we're sitting right there. I got the fucking gummies, I got this thing, I got CBD all over the place.
I got CBD up
turmeric. I try to eat pretty good, but on the same token, I'm just like...
No, you don't eat fucking hot dogs.
Yeah, what's wrong with fucking hot dogs? It's meat.
All the chemicals in there are gonna fuck you up.
No, I get the uncultured hot dogs. So it's got germs, too.
Good. That'll fix you right up.
Yeah, some good uncultured swine.
I recall a certain new cast member bringing some orange slices for the group.
Yeah.
And it got rejected.
Thanks, Dad!
I thought it was funny, like, hey guys, orange slices after a game.
It made me think of Cesar Romero and how he would have his, like, one of his boy toys stand, and he would try and throw, like, orange wedges into his ass crack. And
can you tell the story as how it was, please? Please.
But it might have been tangerines.
That's fantastic.
That's a Gilbert Gottfried bit. I don't even know if it comes from a real thing. He also thinks that Danny Thomas used to have a prostitute lay under a table, like a glass table, and then he would shit on it.
Yes, I heard that too.
Yeah, there's lots of like weird old Hollywood stories and shit that.
But that became an urban legend. There's Stallone. They were saying that Stallone did that on the on Opie and Anthony in the late '90s, early. And they were, oh, shit!
Yeah.
War is never over! Speaking of impressions, one of your best impressions will be at this year's Chiller.
Oh, I know. I could show the audience right now.
Who's that Chiller this year? Nobody horror is associated.
No, but the great Tony Danza is gonna be there.
If Tony Danza is your headliner, then this thing is
then this thing is gonna
down.
be an extravaganza. Everyone's gonna be there. Everyone's mom and grandmother, they're all gonna be there.
It's a fucking Chiller Theater. Which
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
The horror convention.
That is really good. Who else is
Can we
gonna
go
be
back to Motley Crue for one more second? Is that Ozzy scene true?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's like licking the piss off.
They told that story on that story was told on the Behind the Music Motley Crue and the Behind the Music Ozzy Osbourne.
And Ozzy doesn't remember it all.
Nice.
Tommy Lee told that like it turned like Ozzy was doing things with shit after a while, and Tommy was like, "I'm out."
Wow.
That was Tommy's version of it.
Who else have we here?
At Chiller?
Yeah, we've got Cheryl Ladd.
Who the hell is that?
Well, is Tony Danza a C-list celebrity, a B-list celebrity, or is there even a list below C?
Jim, who's the boss?
Nice.
I guess it doesn't matter to the people that he matters to, but
I like
this
that
is
they
just this is a B-list celebrity cash grab.
I like that they list the Tony Danza show, his talk show, as one of his things, along with Taxi and Who's the Boss and Angels in the Outfield. All the classics.
He was quite good in Angels in the Outfield.
Well, everybody was quite good in Angels in the
The
Outfield.
only winner there is
Call me Al! Christopher Lloyd all cracked out, flying around.
That's what I was imagining.
Paid me for this movie and crack cocaine.
Speaking of Christopher Lloyd, I noticed that there's 3 celebrity cars that are going to be there.
Oh, yeah?
One of them's a Back to the Future car. There's going to be a car from American Graffiti. I don't know if it's a replica of one of the cars or an actual car that was used. I know for a fact the DeLorean that's going to be there. I think that's a remake custom because that guy shows up to another festival in that same area called Let East. It's a big rockabilly 50s car festival.
Worth your time.
Allie used to go there all the time to cover it for this magazine she worked for, and then I used to get in for free, and it could be a lot of fun. But anyway, so then the third, what was the third car?
Batmobile?
No, it wasn't the Batmobile.
I've seen the Batmobile, the original
Ecto
60s one there.
No, it was something.
One, nice.
Scroll down if you can.
Oh, I was gonna go.
Oh, let's
I
go
like
in
to
order.
in
We'll get to the cars, but
because I like to go from top to bottom. I think it's really just bottom to bottomer,
Yeah.
but top to bottom. We've got Cheryl Ladd. Don't know who the fuck that is.
Me neither.
Not looking it up. Is anybody? Cheryl Ladd?
Who cares?
well,
Cheryl Ladd.
she was some.
Anyone? Bueller?
Bueller. We have the girls are gonna love this.
Yeah.
Jason Priestley.
Wow, he's still alive? Good for him.
Yep.
What the hell has he been under, a rock?
He got into a car accident years ago, and I think it fucked up his
Racing
career.
cars and shit. We've got Mr. Tom Arnold.
Who cares?
I don't know. Tom Arnold has his moments, but he's also annoying as fuck sometimes.
I just love the movies they list for him. True Lies.
He was alright in that. He was
It
perfect.
was a good movie. 9 months. Okay.
Which one was that? Oh, with Hugh Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, he was alright in that.
McHale's Navy.
That was a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it was a remake
Exit
too.
Wounds. Steven Seagal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember, but I think he's like the same kind of character he is in True
Yeah, he
Lies.
basically plays Tom Arnold playing a blank.
We've got Mr. Edward Furlong.
Get out.
I always joke, not going to be around for long. Bad joke.
Wait, yeah, because didn't he have some kind of a disease?
Is it?
Yeah, drugs and alcohol. Dina Meyer, Starship Troopers. Fuck her.
I don't remember her.
Piper Laurie. She was in Carrie and Twin Peaks.
I heard they're gonna do a Starship Troopers series or something like that, and that I would look forward to.
Who else have we? Oh,
Oh, you mean like on Sci-Fi or something?
Yeah,
Carol
something
and
like that.
Paula, stars of TV's The Magic Garden. First convention appearance anywhere.
I actually remember.
You think
that.
I could bang those two old hags?
At the same time.
Like I could seduce them?
I'll tell you, I wanted to fuck them back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on WPIX in the late 70s, early 80s, so I remember them from my youth.
There's nothing like looking down your cock and seeing two old ladies with turkey necks making out around it.
Oh God, Jesus! Just
Well,
yeah,
that's
there
what
is.
you're gonna see there if you get involved with
I'm
that.
gonna close my eyes.
I bet an old broad
Like a gentleman.
has a good blowjob technique.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been doing it long enough.
You think you get better at it?
Yeah, I think so. Everything's good with
Why they
practice.
didn't do that back in the day?
There has to be.
It was
some
like,
sort of-
put your mouth on my penis. That's what French people do.
What movie was that?
We're having coitus. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like
Titanic?
10 minutes and you're off to
Wasn't
war.
that in Titanic? Didn't Billy Zane say that?
Something like that, yeah.
Ew. Speaking of Billy Zane,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
I
to
heard Billy Zane was in like some steroid shark versus giant snake or some movie that I saw, and like he was pretty fat.
Guys, we could meet Linda Blair.
I met Linda Blair so many times. She's a very nice lady.
We could meet Morgan Fairchild.
I'm wondering what she looks like. Is she gonna be like, you know, like just a piece of like? Is she gonna look like those Steve Madden ads from the like 10 years ago, where the head's giant, or Bratz dolls?
Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC.
I don't even remember.
Guys, this is a great show. Everyone needs to go to Chiller Theater this year. I'm going full Don West on this shit.
Don West.
Yeah, remember Don West? Oh, we got these baseball cards.
Oh, right,
quick.
Oh,
Yeah, he's just like all constipated with his beard.
We got the McGuire rookie card.
Do you think like the accelerators squirm every time we do this bit?
We're not affiliated. Just because we know people doesn't mean the shit that we say on the show is going to affect them. And
Well, they play.
No, we're actually selling people on this.
Are we?
Lindsay Becker just wrote, Billy Zane, I am going.
Nice. So our
I didn't know Lindsay was in the bag for Billy Zane.
Who's not in the bag for
Message
Billy
me.
Zane? Jesus.
He's really chubby now. I don't think you want to meet him. The illusion's gone.
Oh, they have a Saturday Night Fever reunion.
Oh God.
Guess who's missing?
It interrupts his Scientology meeting.
Wait, is Horshack one of them?
Isn't Horshack dead?
Oh, maybe Horshack's dead.
Mr. Carter.
I don't know. I didn't really like that show.
Wilford Brimley's gonna be there, peddling his diabetes.
Diabetes.
He's
else?
probably fucking decrepit. What did they charge him for this?
Anson Williams. What is
Little Orphan Annie.
what does admission cost? Let us see.
It's got to be like.
It's probably
Honestly,
$30.
I remember,
Yeah.
feeling like I missed out, like 10 years ago when there were some really cool people. Like
Oh yeah.
Tracy Lords was there one year. I wanted to
Yep.
meet her so bad.
Yep. I met who else?
I remember Anthony Michael Hall. No, the other one. Andrew McCarthy, I think, was there one year.
Okay.
No, Anthony Michael Hall was there because he had the Dead Zone thing. He was in that Dead Zone show. So I think he was there one year. Like, there were some really cool, like, legit horror. Did they run out of horror people?
Adam
to ask?
West is dead.
Yeah.
He will not be there. Somebody just asked, is Adam West going to be there? No. I could go dressed as Batman and maybe convince one or two people to put my Batwang in their mouth.
It's what the French do.
It's what the French girls do. And the guys, too. Frank Gorshin was French.
Put it in your turkey waddle, honey.
One time, John Aston licked my asshole.
You know, some of those 60s Hollywood guys were fucking sex addicts. Like the guy that was in
The accelerators will be there.
That's true, yeah. Then you're stepdaddy Ron.
My father, Ron. Hey, Paul, we're going to be at Chiller Theater if you want to come have a low energy time.
Do you follow his Facebook page?
Yeah, he tells the best jokes ever.
They're the best jokes. Oh my god, they're like fucking.
He's
dad
like Norm
jokes.
MacDonald.
He doesn't make those up. He's pulling them off of
No,
the site.
those all come out of Ronnie's noggin.
Oh my god! All right. Well, all right. Yeah, Ron's a brilliant comedy writer. We really got to get him in.
We do.
We do have to get him in.
We have to trick Ron into coming here by setting just Reese's Pieces from his house to here.
What is he? An alien? Jesus.
Miles of Reese's.
Oh, friend.
No, there's a lot of people we got to get on the show with Reese's Pieces.
Right.
Our
yeah.
new sponsor,
Our new sponsor.
Reese's Pieces. What else is on the docket there, pal?
Samantha Fox is going to be there.
Nice.
I think I smacked off at least 10 times the
Oh
thought
my
of her.
God.
Who's the boss?
Samantha Fox had songs like, oh, you were a little kid, so
Speaking of Samantha Egger,
she had the song I want to have some fun, and she had like big tits. And
Huge.
the videos back in those days were not very subtle.
She was
The
electric
entendres.
sex. Just electric sex. For
And,
a teenage boy.
Yeah, and she had like that. She was a pretty face. She had no talent. She was no more. She was no better than those Bobbies from the early '60s. You know, Bobby Vinton and the rest. They had the slick haircuts, and they were cute. And the girl died in the car accident. I'm sad. You know, but I love you, angel girl, you know. But that's one of the things about Let East. You go into the karaoke part, all the songs that they're singing karaoke are like there.
Those hokey songs.
But I mean, God bless Allie and Alana and me though, because then we pick like faster songs and we liven up the goddamn place. But
Good.
anyway, I'm interested in an artist named Ed Repka.
Okay.
He's the dude who drew Vic.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't know, like some of the artists at tables at Comic Cons will sometimes just draw a little thing and then just have like a print and you can pay like $10 and frame it yourself.
Cool.
I don't know if this guy does that. And he's probably going to be like signing like big things.
Ed Repka did a lot of Misfit shit too.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And but I think he was one of the quintessential sort of visionaries of what the metal T-shirt and the metal poster look like.
Absolutely.
I mean, Pusshead was a big deal too.
Fuck yeah, Pusshead.
And the Metallica art, and I'd love to meet that guy. But I don't know. In my old age, I'm more interested in art, something I can look at, something I can hang on my wall, something that can bring me joy, without, you know. So like, I don't know. I might start going to cons again and seeing some of the up and coming artists and buy some of their early sketches and as kind of an investment. But I only buy what I like. You know, not like I'm not a speculator. If I have to love it.
Yeah.
Because if you get stuck with it, you have to love it.
Yeah.
You know? But like, yeah, I was very interested in that. A lot of those other, there's another artist that was very interesting. He was an old dude who used to draw like the pictures for the Halloween costumes. I guess the smocks.
Oh.
And some of those images are kind of cool, like through the 60s and 70s, you know, because that's like the wall decorations that my grandparents had and stuff like that. But like, so I was kind of interested. I think it's cool that they're having artists. I would rather have artists that draw fucked up shit than
Yeah, they get the guy from the Cramps. Too. The guy that draws the Cramps stuff usually goes.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, what is admission? Like $40, $50?
You know,
I'm gonna say it's like
I
60.
didn't figure that out.
Are you legit going, or have you?
Fuck no.
Oh, well, when was the last time you went?
When I was in a band that had a table there, so I could just hide behind a table and not have to walk through the crowds. And then I just walked around with my badge like an asshole and fucking.
I thought this was like your Woodstock every year.
No, I don't
homage.
go anymore.
That's it. I mean, the way you talk about it.
No,
on
it
the
was
show.
fun.
Before I was on the show and I listened to the show at Mow the Lawn.
No, because it was fun.
You talked very fondly.
Yeah, because it was fun to be a guest. Like you just get to chill out all day and just bullshit with people, and
that's cool.
it was fun. It was like working at a trade show, which is another thing I like. I like doing when I don't have to be.
There's a social aspect.
Yeah, I like bullshitting with the customers, you know. But like,
yeah.
And I got to do the first New York Comic Con too.
Awesome.
Not as with the Undead, with the movie that they shot on my street, the Artie story. I'll send you guys the file. We can watch that, or we can watch it on the show one time.
Awesome. I'll do either.
We can get one of the guys from it in here, maybe, or the kid, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Get him back.
Yeah.
I'll do like a screening of just horrible movies, and then that's a good like independent movie, I think, for what it was. But the rest of our stuff was like crazy, like the dog Star Wars parody with the down pitched voices and shit. Oh, it's gold.
What was the third car?
The third car? I don't know. I don't even know what this costs, Jim. I don't know. Let's see.
I took this very seriously. You guys your lackadaisical laziness is very.
I will tell you that back in the day,
$35.
That's not terrible.
when they had it at the Sheraton,
That's just to get in the door, though.
on 46, I used to go every year, if not twice a year. Sometimes we'd get a room there. And it was really about fucking horror. Like, there were all kinds of B horror movies there you could never find anywhere else. There was all kinds of weird memorabilia.
Yeah, it was actually
it was fucking awesome. There were T-shirts you could find.
And everything was reasonable, too.
Everything was reasonable. These people were fucking artists or fucking traders in some serious fucking hard shit. Way back in the day, there were scream queens there that were also in porno. So sometimes you come up to their table and talk to them. There's a huge girl with fucking big ass tits. You look down, there's like all these horror movies. You look to the right and there's all her porn movies. But then they made it like family friendly and that kind of half killed it. And I felt like a lot of, I guess you could say, B stars, whatever, at the time were actually very accessible there. Yeah. I did talk to Lou Ferrigno, I mean, as much as you could, but he was kind of a jerk to me. He was like, "You gonna buy some or what?" You know, like that. Linda Blair was very nice. I met Sex Machine from Dusk Till Dawn. And he seemed...
Tom Savini. Yeah, you don't like him. He seems like a dick. You said.
No, he was all right. He was fine. And
Tom Savini is
we saw
awesome. That guy's just so
He thinks
cool.
Tom Savini's light in the loafers.
I think he's a little light in the loafer. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What, that he's gay?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Because he plays such a tough, like, very virile...
One of the most like sexually active males in New York City in television history was Barney Stinson. It was played by Neil Patrick Harris, who was gay.
What?
Totally gay. I know. I'm shocked.
But
Doogie Howser was gay.
You get the gay
We
vibe.
broke the story here on Cult of Contempt.
I think the problem
No, a good actor is a good actor.
Yeah,
Your
that's true.
job is to play something that's not you. If you're gay to play a straight guy, that means you're doing your fucking
Yeah, but
job.
do you think
if
any
pull it
Kevin
off.
Spacey character that he ever played was straight?
Yeah.
I think I have a pretty
Absolutely.
good gator. I think the problem is that
Swimming with Sharks, that guy was so fucking butch hetero. You know, the one with the producer, and then they lock him up
I don't
and
think
they
I saw that
torture him.
No, I'm just
The
busting
Ref.
balls.
I don't know.
Oh, The
I only
Ref,
watched
yeah.
the pilot of that political show, The House of
I
Cards.
thought that's why they were getting divorced in the ref.
you knew something was up with Kevin Spacey. I think the problem for me is that I think I have a pretty good gaydar, and when somebody gets under it, I'm like, how did that person get under it?
Even if they're an actor, there's probably a ton of people you know that are gay, and they're probably all like, I'm turning this show off now. These guys
What are you
are
trying to out
too
everybody? Christ, look.
No, I brought that up. He brought it up on the show.
I'm
once
just
before.
saying that I'm usually pretty good at it, and when people sneak under the radar, I feel like, how did I
gaydar?
not know? How did I not know? That's all. I don't think there's a problem with saying that.
No. There's no problem with saying anything. There's a problem with going and smashing somebody because of their, you know, like physically beating the shit out of them.
Oh, I thought you meant having sex with
No, I think saying... No, that's okay, as long as it's consensual. No, I
I just said pounding into the ground.
I just think of like the... No, I think about words and like how people get so mad over shit people say. Like, I get mad when somebody does something, man. Like,
Right.
you can say whatever you want about me to me. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But you do something to me, the wrath will come upon you.
The wrath.
The wrath.
The wrath, man!
Charlie Sheen. You ever see that film?
Yeah, that was the car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that film.
Classic film. Clint Howard is in it.
Clint Howard's in
He looks like
everything.
a grown baby.
That was the ghost car, right?
Yeah.
And he turned into, he had like some armor or some weird shit that when the ghost car came around or something.
Yeah, and then he was just hanging around as a ghost, like hooking up with girls and shit. It's like, that's my brother. Yeah, you never saw The Wraith?
It's a weird movie.
Oh, it's like a movie from like '86. It's pretty old school. It's probably something you
I
would
might have, and
it'd be right up your alley.
It's weird.
I always miss stuff. I
The
don't know.
Wraith. Watch it.
No!
Yeah, I
not
think that's
now.
what we should do is have like, you know, the following, you know, I do a thing in the intro where it's like, these are the following suggestions and blah, blah, blah. Paul said, go
Well, I
fuck
took
yourself,
one of
The
them.
Wraith, and
One of the guys was like, put the camera closer. I can't see who's talking.
because the ladies want to see the moneymaker.
I give them my profile so they just know I'm hideous.
I don't even know what they're looking at while I'm here. I'm just here.
They're looking at my guitar, being like, I wish that guy would play. But I never do. I pick it up sometimes and tease everybody. Maybe strum a little chord, but I never play.
It would be really funny if an episode if you picked up the guitar, Phil and I are arguing about something, and you break into like the worst thing I could think of. Tesla's love song.
I don't even know that song.
No.
I will teach it to you.
I don't want to learn it.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Anyway, I don't know. It would be funny for you to like do a power ballad. I think it would be kind of funny.
You know what power ballad I would do? I'll make love to you like you want me
That's
to.
not a power ballad.
I would make it a fucking power ballad.
I think you could.
Yeah.
You know, others have actually talked about that. So if you're gonna do it quick.
I don't give a fuck what other people do.
Okay.
I don't even consider other people on like my radar, like with music or with anything like that. Like, if somebody's gonna do something, and I'm gonna do something, I'm not doing it presumably because they're doing it, and they're not doing it presumably because I'm doing it. It's just like an idea that we conclusively had.
In a perfect world, that would be
That's
great.
what I like to think, but
I don't think it works that way in the real world.
well, I don't really care though about other people's feelings about if what I do bothers you. I think either that means you're really insecure or I'm really good. You know, like I really don't care. Like if what I do pisses you off, then fuck you. Don't listen to it. Like it's not for you.
Yeah. I'm kind of done censoring myself, and I'm just gonna live.
You censored yourself?
I know,
when?
like ever. I don't know. Sometimes I would try to listen to what other people are saying and be like, well, maybe I'm wrong about things. But now I'm just kind of just being me and unapologetically, and I'm just gonna be as authentic and truthful as possible. And people can handle it as they can handle it. And if not, that's their own problem.
I don't know. I don't know. I noticed on Facebook today, like, I mean, ever since, I guess we should talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Ever since, the Mueller report came out, there's been this, like, malaise of like, silence and
among liberals?
nitpicking and, well, just a general malaise. Everybody, not even complaining about it.
They didn't rule out obstruction.
Right, they didn't rule out obstruction of justice, but everybody's taking a victory lap.
Definitely.
Thanks, buddy.
And, so, I don't know, but it's just like everybody's posts is, this one guy I friended that I met through Ant is this weird guy, and he posts this weird shit. Like, there's this banana, and it's got lines, and as the girl blows it, that's who they are.
Okay.
And the last line is mother, so it's really weird for the deepest throat. So I don't understand what that meant.
That's
but
funny.
this guy's weird. And so that's kind of like disturbing. And it's just like, I don't want to think about my mother deep throating me. And then like somebody's complaining about this, and somebody's complaining about that, and somebody's complaining about that, and and it's just like, all right. I was like, put up something stupid because I just want to see something humorous for once. Because Facebook used to be about joy and an exchange of ideas.
That's not humorous to you?
What?
Just, I find everybody's fucking concern and like anger about everything, things that they can't control, to be like almost like fuel to me. Like, it's just like, wow, like, everyone is so mad about all this shit.
Yeah.
And like, I think about it for like maybe 20 minutes a day, like, what can I do? Like, I can say whatever, I'm preaching to a fucking echo chamber, pretty much whatever I say, or I'm pissing somebody off.
Right.
You tend to do that.
Well, I do, but people don't understand that you could be a fucking centrist person. Like, you don't have to pull for one side or the other.
I wasn't even talking about politics. Like, just generally speaking, people are miserable. Every clique within my social circle has some kind of fucking drama right now. And
Okay, but do you think that has something to do with us being middle-aged, or do you think that has something
Mercury's in retrograde!
fuck that bullshit. This is such fucking bullshit. Or do you think it has something to do with just there's a tone in this country right now that there's a kind of malaise?
it's not even in the country; it's in the world.
You think so?
There's this far right. I mean, look at Brazil's got a crazy ass Trump in office. England's got a crazy ass bitch Trump in office.
Well, people are angry at their governments because they didn't do anything to help them. They just helped the rich people, and now they got pissed off and voted in all these populists who they thought was on their side, but really they're just fucking wolves in sheep's clothing. So what do you expect? It's like just strongmen. It's like strongmen in every fucking country. Like, that's basically what happened before World War I.
No, I like when we have a fucking conservative in the White House and then all the states like vote blue, like, and it kind of just like fucking, it just becomes this chaos of like everyone's all mad.
Oh yeah.
And pork barrel spending and all this bullshit.
This country was outraged as soon as, the Puritans were too fucking weird and angry for England and fucking Amsterdam. You know what I mean? Those are the cranks that came here. I mean, this is a nation
And look
of
at
fucking
the Puritans
cranks.
now. They voted in fucking this guy. Like, that's what I mean. There's like a...
I just want a little peace, a little joy every once in a while.
For sure.
And I don't think that's a lot to ask for.
I feel like a lot
So
of
you
people...
got to find that yourself, and
Hence why it fuels me, and I just get bigger and bigger, like the Incredible.
But I don't want to see my friends suffer.
No, well, not my friends, but I
don't friend people on Facebook just to like mock them. That seems to be a popular thing that people I know do. But
you're like this evil like spirit that like
do you have
absorbs
friends
the
that you
anger
just like observe just to
of
mock
others?
them?
there's Well,
That's really cruel, and if anybody listening does that, that's fucked up.
there's people that I'm friends with that I probably wouldn't necessarily be friends with, but do I have them on there to mock them? No. Do I sometimes? I probably mock everybody in my Facebook fucking thing, you know, like,
I'd be offended if you
indiscriminately.
didn't.
Like, you know, like, I really don't. I look at my Facebook feed all the time. It's like, I can't believe the fucking stupid shit that all the people I know write. But if I judged everybody based on that, I probably wouldn't fucking have any friends. So I kind of just like, whatever, everybody, you know, like, and I post my stupid shit too. Like, everybody does. But, like, I don't know. I think social media, to me, is just like a playground of, like, whatever, fucking... I like to play the devil's advocate. I kind of like to break balls a little bit. I'll do the same thing in a conversation with somebody, just the same.
Me too.
But I love to kind of just throw people off just a little bit, like, with a fact.
You know, like
or
convince
whatever.
them that they're going to want to beat up Barack Obama. You know.
Yeah, that you love Sean Hannity and you want to kick Obama's ass. That was the best thing I've ever done.
I don't actually remember actually saying that. I think you made it up, but all right, we're gonna keep coming back to that. But
never forget.
I think the thing is,
so just back to the Mueller report. The thing is, the older I get, the less I'm caring about politics because I think Trump wore me down, and that's part of this malaise that I'm talking about.
But what do you... Listen, you shouldn't even worry about the fucking president, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
Sure.
It's whatever... That was said. Like, he's in office, whatever he's going to do,
That would make a great song. Oh, wait, it was already written.
There's nothing that you or I are going to do reasonably that is going to change any of that. Like, we're just we're the bottom of the fucking, you know, like, we're not representing a district, we're just people with a voice, you know. But I don't think that worrying in your day-to-day life, it's like, whatever happens, happens. If there's protest, it's still gonna happen. If people show up protesting, we don't want this, it's still gonna happen. So you have to, like, almost mitigate your damages, and, like, if this is going to, you know, directly affect me, basically I'm fucked. And that's just the life that we have to accept as, like, the peons at the bottom. Like, that's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. No matter who's in office, it's not like, you know, they're gonna go like that and everything's gonna be fixed. And it's just gonna get worse and worse. Eventually our government is going to completely collapse into chaos, like Mad Max.
That's what they do.
The day I've been waiting for. But until then...
You know, if you play the percentages, the three of us, there's a really good chance we'll all be dead if something like that happens.
I mean, you don't know what's going to go down like that. I mean, you know, Britain used to own half the fucking world, well, 2/3 of it, and now they're still around, you know, but, you know, they didn't, it wasn't like a huge thing that happened. I mean, there were things that happened. They lost India. There wasn't like a huge war over it or anything. So you don't know that this is going to happen here, but, you know, maybe, I feel like in this country we're kind of sold a bill of goods, and everybody thinks that America is supposed to be some perfect utopian place or whatever, but everybody's idea of utopia is different, and so they bang against each other. So really what the problem is that there are just some things in life you can't control. The only thing you can control is your perception of it.
Exactly.
So maybe your expectations are a little bit too high, and maybe you shouldn't take it so fucking seriously and chill out a little bit and realize that, you know, if you're gonna be happy...
Did you ever fuck a Republican girl?
Probably. I'm not sure. Actually, probably
Come on,
not.
you wouldn't fuck Elizabeth Hasselbeck?
Just to punish her.
I would caress her.
She's a fucking cock tease. I can tell. No, I'm thinking of Tommy Lawrence.
Come on, she would like if you slammed it in there.
Oh, Marissa. Yeah, the one who married the lame quarterback and got all lippy on the View about, you know, Republican things aren't being heard.
But penis-wise, though, you'd put it in it, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't feel
When
good
you
about
ask
that.
Phil that 9 out of 10 times, no matter what, if it's a girl, usually he'll say yes.
No, it has to be right.
It has to be right.
It can't be just some girl. She's got to have that certain something.
What is that certain something, Phil?
I thought for you it was a vagina.
Panache.
This is the weird
A little
show.
moxie.
A bit of panache.
I really thought we were going to spend much more time on Chiller.
You know, Chiller's really depressing because the people that qualify...
Because of the malaise that the Trump administration has.
No, because the people that qualify as celebrities have either died or don't really do Chiller Theater anymore. And it's just like, oh God, like, I don't even want to give money to Edward Furlong. Like, I know he's like, I give him that 20, get the picture signed, and he'll be like calling this guy like, yo, man, I got that 100 now. I just had a 5th sucker walk up to me. 5th guy this weekend. It's like Sunday.
Chiller used to be about, for me, Chiller used to be about horror and underground horror and, you know, really cool things surrounding horror and sci-fi. And now it's just, let's just throw any fucking big celebrity in there, C-celebrity, and just try to make money, and that's it.
This person was on the Love Boat.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
It's a fucking cash grab.
It's
Call
called-
it something else. Call that the television convention
Right.
or something.
It was Chiller fucking theater.
I remember too, it was like great interacting with the guests back in the day because I mean, it sucked that they were in a fucking tent outside like farm animals, but yeah, remember that big tent?
Yeah, I do.
But like,
Never been. Wow.
You could
I
just-
did miss some.
yeah, in Secaucus, it was pretty good.
I
and
liked Secaucus.
you could just go up and bullshit with them. A lot of them weren't like, they were making money, but they weren't. It wasn't like now where it's like they're making fucking money. Like those dudes, like I guess they figured out the hook and what it is, and they could, you could always sell an 8x10, but now it's like, oh yeah, fucking, you would always buy something and then they would take the picture with you. That was like kind of the contract. Like, yeah, okay, I bought the whatever, the DVD, signed it, take the picture. Now it's like, oh yeah, the DVD's this, to sign it is like 25, and then I'll take a picture with you for 25. It's like, wait a minute, like, fuck you. I don't care that much. Any celebrity picture I've ever taken was always like, hey man, can we take a picture? And it's like a fucking shitty selfie. Like, I never paid anybody $20 to take a picture with them.
Yeah, me neither.
If it was somebody that was really like, I don't even know who I would pay to take a picture with, honestly.
All right. Let's play the game. We'll just round robin, and I'll say one, you say one. Okay. Samuel L. Jackson, would you pay?
No.
Bruce Willis?
No.
The guy who did the voice of Chucky.
I met him at Chiller Theater for free. Like, at his table, I went up and shook his hand, and he told me, he's like, I go, oh, you're packing your shit. I wanted to, to get a picture. He's like, look, man, I really gotta eat dinner right now, like, lunch right now. Like, I'll be back in an hour, and he never came back. So I was like, oh, whatever. He just did Lord of the Rings and seemed real tired, fucking not wanting to deal with anybody. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna pay to meet that guy.
All right, Danzig?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, I would pay to meet Samuel L. Jackson and get his thing, because
What would
Samuel
you
L.
pay to meet Samuel L. Jackson?
$20 maybe. I don't know. $50 at the most. Just because I like his fucking memes now, I think, more than anything else. Motherfucker.
I think what Paul's is what you're talking about. This is it kind of the parallel to I don't need to pay for sex, or the parallel to I don't need to. Nobody's really truly above me. They're just a celebrity.
It's the
I don't feel like I should have to pay them.
it's the parallel to. I like my celebrity interactions to be like a real interaction that I have with that person.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even fucking realize I'm talking to a famous person. Like, I was at some party for Angelica Page. We were performing like our music. We had like a band, Rip Torn's and Geraldine Page's daughter.
Okay.
Had like a band that kind of, and we would play a couple of places in the city, do whatever. And
wait, so you got to meet Rip Torn?
no, I never got to meet the old bull.
Oh, okay. Beastmaster. he was the evil priest.
Right, awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy, but I don't know. There was some guy from The Sopranos there that was in her last movie. Tall guy with long hair whacked somebody on The Sopranos. I never watched The Sopranos. I found it to be dull. So, I had no idea who he was, but I was just standing in line for the bathroom, like, yo, are you in line for the bathroom? Like, yeah, you know, the guy's been in there for like 20 minutes. Like, we were bullshitting like that, like a normal conversation. I go back to the table, my friend is like, yo, you know that guy? Like, what guy? Who the fuck are you talking about? He's like, the guy you were talking to by the bathroom. I'm like, no, I don't know that guy. He's like, oh, that guy was on The Sopranos, like, tell me the whole thing. God, fucking... Right. I didn't get a picture with that guy or anything. I couldn't have cared less. But I don't know. I like my celebrity interactions. Like even Chiller Theater, the people I met, like I kind of just walked around and like bullshitted with people. Like I had the lanyard on, so it's easier. Like, oh, he you know, this kind of the same as me. Mm-hmm. You know, like so. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm on an even playing field with fucking Eric Estrada and Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold's worth the time.
You know, like that's kind of what it is. There was one guy actually I did buy an autograph from him, and it was Bill the Butcher.
Oh, nice.
From
Gangsta New York?
No, not Gangsta. No, not Bill the Butcher. He was on fucking what's his name? He was in Devil's Rejects. He's like the cop.
Oh, okay.
I got a picture with him. And I bought one of his autographs because he was like telling me he was like my neighbor at Chiller Theater. So I would, like every time I would grab a beer from the Accelerator, he's like, "Yeah, you want a beer?" He's like, "Yeah, man."
Awesome.
So like we were chilling and like just bullshitting when it was quiet, and like I don't know. The last day I'm like, "Yeah, man, let me buy a picture." My buddy like freaked out that I was hanging out with William Forsythe. That's who it is.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I'm like, you know, he flipped the fuck out. I'm like, make it out to my friend Gerard or whatever, and because the whole time he's telling me, he's like, you know, I only do these shows because I'm like putting my kid through college, and like it's it's a good way to supplement my income when I'm not working. I don't know if I'm supposed to be dishing on William Forsythe, but so I was like, you know, that's like touching, like a guy, you know, the guy's like hustling to put his kid through school, like going the extra mile for what could he do? You know, like how do you monetize being a celebrity? Do these fucking signing shows? So I like bought that and like, you know, I'm like glad that.
But it's like, yeah, I can see somebody being disappointed with the experience because like, oh, I'm gonna meet, I don't know, Fonzie. I heard a story that like he was kind of dicky at those
Really?
things.
I love it because I go in there, when I was a guest, I went in there with an acoustic guitar. Like I would bust it out occasionally. Like I had like the Rocky Horror people to my left. So I start playing fucking Rocky Horror songs. They're all singing along. Everyone's all happy. It's like, it's kind of like I know enough about all the people in the room to kind of go up and like break their balls a little bit with an acoustic guitar and just kind of keep it
So you sort of played like a bizarre young Bill Murray.
Yeah, I was kind of just walking around, like breaking chops.
No, I agree with you. A long time ago, when I was in the bag for baseball, Darryl Strawberry was my favorite player. Big tall black guy who liked cocaine.
I know Darryl Strawberry. I follow his hot daughter on Instagram.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know you had
Now I'm going to too.
Oh boy.
Is it with the new wife? Is she?
I don't care which wife it's with.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Anyway, so like I met Darryl Strawberry and I had this like whole speech prepared and I got nervous and starstruck and it was really weird because you had to go down this hallway and you had to wait and
yeah, because I was seeing if you were a coke dealer.
Yeah. and then my you know, I was like fucking 13 and I was this big fat kid with a Mets shirt on and I looked like this old player Rusty Staub. And all the guys at the baseball card convention would be like, "Hey, there's Rusty Staub." And what's up, Russ? You know what? This pack's on me. I feel sorry for you, fat kid who doesn't date girls and plays with baseball cards.
It's good that you like baseball. You'll never play it.
Yeah, exactly, fat kid. You know. So anyway, so then my mom was like, "I hope you don't get writer's cramp," and then Gerald's like, "Oh." And he said, "How you doing?" But like, I don't know. The whole experience was like, I had to pay all this money. I had to drive. I lived in Newton. We drove all the way to fucking Freehold.
He sassed you?
What?
He sassed you?
No, he didn't sass me. He's just like, "How you doing?" And I didn't know what to say. I got starstruck, so I didn't say anything. And my mom was like, "Well, I hope you don't get writer's cramp." And I went, "Oh, Mom." It was like a scene out of that fucking Christmas Story. And I was embarrassed. And then looking back, I'm like, my parents spent a lot of money for me to do that, and there really wasn't much to tell. It wasn't the experience I built up in my head.
Yeah.
So I could see how somebody's disappointed. I think they should fix these things and just have like, you know, you pay for 5 minutes with this person. He doesn't have to sign shit. You don't have to sell shit, and you just like
No,
or do a voicemail message for something.
No, I like the idea of like you go up like buy something, get something signed. Like I don't know. I think it's like they're trying to. A lot of those people, not the Walking Dead guys that you pay $150 fucking for. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Charging like $500 for it. Like that's
Ridiculous.
insane. It's ridiculous.
He charges $500 for it.
I don't know. It was like some stupid, insane amount of money for a picture with that guy. Please.
Don't you think you reach a level where you're a celebrity that you're blessed and maybe just have a little gratitude?
If you were gonna do
and
that,
sign things for free, just be a nice person.
Listen, the way I would approach something like that is if I was playing Superman in a fucking Warner Brothers blockbuster movie,
Right.
and I don't need. Do I really need, the 50 grand this is going to net me?
Right.
Like, I would donate that shit somewhere and, like, make that, like, a cause. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
cool.
Like, yeah,
I dig that.
I'm doing this. It's like a fundraiser. Like, that's how I would feel okay about that. That's how I feel okay about doing my band. Like, I really don't do my band unless it's a lot of the time, like, a fundraiser or... It's really not like... Oh, I want to play a show. It's like, oh, somebody died, or there's like a suicide prevention thing, or whatever it is. Like, there's something that I care about enough to bring my band that sings songs about like fucking murder and stupid, stupid shit. Like,
it's perfect for that event.
Well, yeah, but I think that's the juxtaposition. Is like using a bad thing for good.
Right, exactly.
Because like I really am not. I'm not thrilled with the name of my own band anymore at this juncture in my life.
What do you need, like a rebranding?
The content matter of a lot of the songs, like they're all like, I don't know, just absurd. Like now I write about like the real mundane horrors of life, like the shit the mailman deals with.
Right, it used to be about like Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't write about like monsters anymore. And if I do, it's like about my pedophile dad or something. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I write about like the real shit that like I see or I've witnessed. Or,
well, art develops over time.
Yeah, and like so now it's like calling it Bad Hormones is almost like a slap in the face to. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I don't know what to do. I can't change it. It's like fucking been the name for too long. Like, that's the name, You
can pull a Green Day and just form another band with another name.
I don't feel like
Probot
forming another band.
What is it? Foxborough Hot Tubs. They need a bunch.
Once my solo career apexes my my band, then there'll just be no more band.
Okay, so you have stuff as Palmald and you have stuff as Bad Hormones.
Yeah.
I thought all your stuff was Bad Hormones.
No, Spotify there's two. There's like an acoustic album as Palmald. There's like
I
a lot of pop
keep
punk.
up with your catalog.
A lot of pop punk stuff. No, it was like there was like all the pop punk stuff was Palmald.
Right.
And like the pop punk and rock and roll and all like the scary, like spooky horror punk stuff was the Bad Hormones. But then I got like bored of it and just didn't care any. Like I'm not. What am I gonna write a song about? Like The Conjuring? Like I'd rather go fuck myself. Right. So,
And so he did.
Yeah. And then I wrote a song about the mailman, or about snow, or about the Lyndhurst Bridge. Just shit that pisses me off. And
was the Ghostbusters song like that?
Yeah, the Ghostbusters song. Yeah, it was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. They're trying to ram it down everybody's throats, and it's gonna get rammed right up their fucking ass.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not gonna make a Ghostbusters 3. After that bomb, they're like, where the fuck is Dan Aykroyd? Like, please, get him on the line.
Yep.
Well, the last Ghostbusters was no worse than the second Ghostbusters.
Fuck you. Yes, it was.
I like the
second Ghostbusters is good.
It is good.
Oh my god, if I had to...
He is
That guy got more screen time than Bill Murray in the movie.
Bill Murray didn't want to do Ghostbusters 2. That's why he's only suited up, I think, one time in it. At the end. I don't think he's in the suit at all.
Changing Janine's hair to match the cartoon.
So the kids like
and
it.
the fucking cash grab to make Slimer look more like Slimer in the cartoon.
And he drives the bus. It's hilarious.
I don't know. Vigo is pretty fucking good villain, though, man.
I don't know. I it's not my thing.
Okay.
My thing is more, arty.
Are you gonna watch Ghostbusters 3?
course I am, because we're probably going to talk about it on the show. And
That's not why you're going to watch
God willing.
no, well,
From your lips to God's ears.
honestly, Phil, my life is about having a conversation. And if I watch something I don't like, just have a conversation about it with somebody that I do like, perhaps that item is a code to what that person's inner soul is. I fell in love with my wife over a mixtape. A mixtape.
Do you think less of me because I don't like Vince Neil's voice?
No, not at all. Because you're not the first person to say it.
You know what's funny?
I was surprised. Like, all I was saying was, like, I have high voice envy because I have a low range. So Robert Plant, Vince Neil, all those guys, like, to me, like, they can do what I can't. Like the old vaudeville rule. Do something in the room that everybody else can't. Not everybody in the room can do.
You're the Big Bopper, dude.
That's fine. And, but
Those guys can't fucking do the Big Bopper.
Yeah, but the Big Bopper wasn't like, you know, snorting coke up a hooker's ass, you know.
No, that was Fatty Arbuckle.
No, I mean, no. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think anybody...
I just have the envy, like, yeah, all right, bald guys envy guys with hair, short guys envy guys that are tall, you know, guys with a low register. Look, I spent a long time crafting what I do have and working what I do have. And it's been appreciated, and in some cases unappreciated. But I love what I do, and I would never give it up for fucking anything. That's why I'm keeping my chops up.
Truth.
And something, I don't know, I'll get on stage again. I know a ton of people.
Right.
But I don't know if I'd fill out an ad with a bunch of kids, or should I?
Just roll the dice sometimes, you know?
I don't know, but I think I want to do something really theatrical
Yeah?
this time. I don't know. I need an art director for some costume ideas.
Why don't you just make your own costumes, man?
You should just steal all the costumes from Phantom of Paradise.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Oh man, that's like this movie where Paul Williams wrote all the songs, and I think it's from the 70s or maybe
I'll have
the
to look it
80s,
up.
like 84, I think.
Every time I do this show, I have like 50 things to listen to and 100 things to watch.
I don't think anybody was listening to Motley Crue for fucking Vince's voice. But one thing that kind of struck me
He was
about
serviceable.
that movie, yeah, he was there to fill
wasn't
the role,
anything special.
and
He had
chicks
no luck.
thought he was hot. Okay.
Yeah.
But one thing I walked away with that film was I watched like all the bitches he was fucking, and then you look at him now, and he's just a fat, sloppy mess that can hardly keep it together.
He looks just like a
And you're like,
chipmunk running around in a fucking like a leather vest.
He had a period of time where he was trying to lift weights and he called himself Rat Daddy Vince. And he had like a website like Rat Daddy Vince, and he owned like a tattoo parlor in like a Vegas casino.
Yeah, of course he did.
Nice.
You know, it's just like, whatever. I don't know. Like,
It's like, I'm sure there's some rock stars that, I mean, as horrible as it sounds, we're kind of glad they finished young, because shit gets sad sometimes when you get older.
Yeah, like what would an old Kurt Cobain be doing?
Oh, I know, right?
That I always think.
I think he would have faded off into obscurity.
Yeah, like Bush and like Pearl Jam. He would have just been derided and made fun of, like we make fun of Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
We bullied Chris Cornell to death.
Chris
Well,
Cornell's
he kept
some
making
fine stuff.
shitty records.
We bullied Chester Bennington. Rock stars are just killing themselves because of bullying. I think that's it. No, it's probably not it.
Not it. Not it.
I love being bullied. I love when I post something and somebody's like, "This is stupid." I hear auto-tune or whatever bullshit they complain about. I'm like, good. Fuck you, pal. You listened to it, jerk off, so I got 1 cent.
There's so many cranks out there. It's unbelievable. Especially like managing social media. People just fucking...
If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down and leave a mean comment. That's my favorite.
Do you think it's like the people actually feel that way, or do you think it's like they got yelled at by their wife and then they went to work and it was fucking horrible and they were
I'm
like,
gonna shit on a nobody.
And then all of a sudden they see that post and they're like, fuck you, pal! Let me tell you how it really is! And then they just feel better until they go home to their shitty life again.
Yeah, and their wife hits them. Yeah.
It's all about feeling superior.
Yeah, that's true.
And it turns out that there's a theory, a psychological theory on comedy where we laugh when we feel superior to someone. So like I was watching this there's this YouTube channel everybody should check out called Cinefix. They do these lists, but they're almost like video essays, and they had the 10 most funniest moments in film, and they were talking about this concept of superiority, and the example was Vincini versus the Man in Black in Princess Bride.
Okay.
And when Vincetti laughs, he was feeling superior to Wesley because he thought he was going to kill him, but he actually died.
Right.
Wesley?
Not that Wesley.
Oh.
The other Wesley. But check it out, Cinefix. They did a whole thing on scores that it was crazy.
I always heard that comedy comes from surprise. Like, we think things are going to go one way.
There's different kinds of comedy.
Suddenly there's a change, and that surprise is what it was.
Yeah, and I think that's primal. I think like when babies laugh with the peekaboo.
Right, exactly.
Oh, there's nothing worse than that sound. Child's laughter. I like to hear grown adults cry. It's a soothing. No.
Their tears taste delicious. Like salty victory.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. So, hey. So how are we doing on time? Do we need to Inquisitor?
No, we need to get the hell out of here.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, all right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Cult of Contempt.
We do love you, Cult of Contempt.
Throwing up signs. Phil Perry, the writer.
See the dirt. See it. Don't go to Chiller. It's not worth your money anymore.
With your eyes, see it.
You can follow us at Cult of Contempt on Instagram and also on Facebook. And you can find me, Phil Perry, the writer, on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
A little plug.
Stop into a Slim Jim.
Nice.
J. Cook voice and I'm listening to offers for bands if you're just listening.
Yeah.
He's only going to join a band now with 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Later,
We hope you enjoyed our presentation of Cult of Contempt podcast. If you have any questions or comments, or want to hear your band on the show, just write us at cultofcontemptpodcast@gmail.com, or check us out on Instagram or right here on Facebook. On behalf of Paul and Phil, I want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week at 8:15. I'm Jim Cook. Transmission out.